Okay, so in this video I'm going to show you how to get Forex Tester and Lazarus with the free Pascal compiler working so you can build your own strategies or indicators or scripts using free software rather than the paid for DELPHI versions or downloading old versions of DELPHI, which I guess is technically illegal. Like, you can do it, I guess, but I prefer to use legit software. So I'm going to show you how to get it working with Lazarus. Okay, so at the time of this recording, the current version of free Pascal will not compile correctly for Forex Tester. So we need to get a latest version. So this software here, FPC Up Deluxe, which I think is Free Pascal Compiler Updated Deluxe, I think is what it stands for, will allow you to build your own custom version from the source code. So you get the latest version. So to do that, I will put the link to this page in the description, but basically you come over to releases and you click over here for the release, which will give you the latest release. And you'll see that there's releases for all different operating systems and CPU architectures, but what we want is i386 Win32. You don't want the 64-bit version because I'm pretty sure Forex Tester needs a 32-bit DLL, and if you download the 64-bit version, then you'd have to set up cross-compiling for the 32-bit, which just complicates things. So just download the 32-bit version, the Win32 version, and once it's downloaded, you can just run it. And when you run it, you'll get this. Now, by default, I think it's stable, and stable will be what's selected. If you see version 3.3.1 in this list, then you should be able to just install stable. But if you don't see 3.1, because that's the version that works, so, or newer, it should work. But at the moment, the current stable version is 3.2.2. So if you check the free Pascal website to see what the current stable version is, if it's 3.3.1 or higher, you should be able to just go stable. But otherwise, choose trunk to get the latest development release. For Lazarus, I'm just going to use the latest stable release, and then you click this install update FPC plus Lazarus button, and it will take a while to do because it will download everything. And install everything, and it manually builds it. So it's not just downloading a binary, you're actually building the binary by using this software. Okay, so once that is done, you can bring up Windows Explorer and just go to your C drive. So go to your C drive, and in here you'll see FPC Up Deluxe. Then you double click Lazarus, then you scroll down and you will see lazarus.exe, or you might not see file extensions. I think I set my Windows Explorer up to show file extensions, but you'll see Lazarus. You double click that, and then you will get the Lazarus program come up. And if you right click it and go, mine says unpin, but if you go pin from taskbar, then it will always be on the taskbar down here at the bottom, and you won't have to go into Windows Explorer to find the location to open it in the future. So you'll see that there's lots of windows, which was kind of a style from the 90s, which a lot of people don't like in the current era. So if you want to have a unified desktop, which is what most people are used to, you can go up to the package menu, go down to install, uninstall packages, and on the right hand side here, you'll see this Anchor Docking SGN. So if you click that one and click install selection, you'll see that it flicks over to the left hand side here, and you'll see down the bottom you got save and rebuild IDE. So if you click that button there and click continue, it's rebuilding the thing, and then I believe it reloads itself, and you can see now we've got this unified desktop environment. Okay, now I actually added this in, so I'm actually going to remove this. Alright, so there's a couple of things that you're going to want to add, well actually just one, but you want to go to the project menu, and then you're going to want to go to the project inspector. and you can see you've got this floating window. So if you come up here, you see click and hold, you can see that you got this blue bar when you move it. So I just want to move it to here. But basically that puts the project inspector at the top there. And so I just dock it there. That's my personal preference. You don't have to do that if you don't want to, but I find it useful. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to build our custom strategy. So what we're going to do is go File, and I'm just going to go Close All. And I'm going to go to the File menu and click the New option. And what you want to do is come down to the project and select Library, because we're building a DLL library. That's going to be our strategy file, and click OK. And no, we don't want to save project 1. Alright. So basically, I'm going to copy and paste from the tutorial on the Forex Tester forum. So I'm just going to delete everything out of here. Alright. And I'm going to go into the web browser, and up here in the Forex Tester forum, so forextester.com/forum, and I'm going to go down to Programming Lessons, and I'm going to select Lesson 2 because that'll actually be able to demo having external parameters. And what I want to do is scroll down to the end. Okay, well, we have all the code before the C++ stuff comes up. And I just want to copy everything in there. So I think I copied too much. There we go. So you can right click and copy or go Control C. So copy that sample code and then click back into Lazarus and right click and paste or Control V. Alright, and then what I want to do is I want to cut this line here. I just want to put it basically underneath library and move everything up to the top. And I'm going to put a gap there, and I'm going to press Control S to save that. Okay, so I went Control S to save project. Actually, I'll do it through the menu, File, and then we want to go Save. Alright, so what I want to do is I've got a projects directory where I've got Forex Tester, and I'm going to create a new folder. So wherever you want to save your projects, and I'm just going to call this Demo Strategy, and I'm going to come in here, and then down here where it says Project 1, I just want to call that Demo Strategy as well. Alright, so now that I've got that, we need to add the files for Forex Tester. So I'm going to bring up Windows Explorer, and I'm just going to go to the C drive, go into Forex Tester 5, and then I'm going to go into Examples, then I'm going to go into Strategies, then I'm going to go into DELPHI, and then see this strategy interface unit.pas. I'm going to copy that. You may not see .pas depending on your Windows settings. You may not see file extensions, but you just want to go. In fact, I'm just going to click it and go Control C. Control C to copy. So then basically what you want to do is go to where you saved your project, demo strategy, and you want to paste that in. So now that's in there. Great. Alright, so now that we've got that file, what we want to do is over in this project inspector that I got you to add, where it says files, so if you don't have this up, you can go again project and then project inspector, but if you're following me, you should always have it docked up here. So we're going to right click and go add, and we're going to add that unit strategy pass to our project, and that just makes it easy to open up. And there's another required package that we need. So I'm going to right click required packages and go add, and it's called LCL base. So we click LCL base, and click OK. So now you've got LCL base. So now what you want to do is double click this strategy interface unit.pass, and you need to add this code here. In fact, I would add it to whichever version you're copying from. But basically what this does is you can see IFDEF FPC. So if you're using the free Pascal compiler, this is a compiler directive which won't affect DELPHI if you've got DELPHI as well. And it tells it to put it into mode of DELPHI. I don't think you need the $H+ because DELPHI mode has that anyway, but that has the long ANSI strings. Then we're turning on macros so we can define this RTLVersion and give it a value of 22 instead of it just being a symbol. And then we're ending our declaration for FPC mode, and then we're ending the if declaration. And the reason that we're doing this is because the code that's provided by Forex Tester, you can see they have this RTLVersion, which I think must be built into the DELPHI compiler, but Free Pascal doesn't have it. So I basically created the definition of version 22 because we want graphics, we don't want VLC.graphics, because VLC is a DELPHI specific thing, where with Free Pascal and Lazarus it's LCL. So we just want to call graphics. And basically this will make it work. So basically this code here I will put in the description. I actually had to research this to get it to work, so I spent quite a long time experimenting before I got all this to work. So you're getting this on a silver platter. Alright, so then basically once we've got that, obviously you need to save that file and we need to build it. So what I like to do is go up to the run menu, and I like to go clean up and build, and I like to just delete everything and click clean up and build. That way I'm doing a fresh build and I know that there's not going to be, oh, I forgot to do one thing. I'm going to get an error. That's okay. I'll show this to you because you might get it happen. Very easy to do. And we're getting an error. And we're getting the error down here where it says technical functions, you can't find it. And that's because since that tutorial was written, so if we go to our demo strategy file, technical functions, I think, was combined into the strategy interface unit. So we just want to delete that and go save. And then if I go run and clean up and build, and again I'm just going to delete the files and click clean up and build. You can see it's rebuilding everything. And down here you can see that it was successful. Alright, so now what we do is we go into Forex Tester, and if you're on the home you'd click strategies at the top here. Then you're going to click add strategy. Now you can see I already have it there because I did an experiment before I did the recordings just to make it more smooth. So you'd click that button and you'd browse to wherever your demo strategy DLL is, and you click that and you see how that's 3 megabytes pretty much. I'll show you how to strip that down further. But if we click open and click install, you can see the strategy is installed. So if we click OK, and just to prove that, if we go to our list of strategies, we go to the demo strategy that we just added and we click edit parameters, and you can see that all of the parameters from that demo strategy is in here and editable. So we cancel that and we close out. And now I'll show you back in Lazarus. If we want to strip down the size, we've got there's 2 ways you can do it. You can do it through the settings, or we can do it, if I'm remembering correctly, by going $optimization, and we go off, and if we close it, that'll turn off all the optimizations, and that should actually create a smaller file. So let's just do that. So we go run, clean and build. I went Control S to save, by the way. Clean up and build. I don't know if you have to click delete. I think you can just go clean up and build. I do it both ways anyway. But in here you can see that it's going through and it's compiling everything, and it was successful. So we go back to Forex Tester. I'm going to go list of strategies, and I'm going to actually delete it first. You don't have to do that because it will ask you if you want to override it, but I like to delete it. Go add strategy. If I click these three buttons, oh, it's the same size. That's alright, install. This might not be the right thing. Let's close out here. Because I have actually... But if you want to go into the compiler options anyway, you go to the project menu and you go down to project options, and down in the compiler options section, you've got config and target, parsing, compilation and linking. For debugging, so I think we just did that one. Actually, we'll go no optimizations. We'll go into debugging, generate info for debugger. I untick that in the debugging. So compiler options, debugging, click OK. Then I want to go to File and click Save All, Run, clean up and build, clean up and build. No, I think it's about the same. That's alright. So if we go add strategy, oh yeah, here we go, 814 kilobytes. So it went from being 3 megabytes down to 814 by removing the debugging symbol. So basically, if you're not debugging, you can remove the debugging signals, open, install, yes, override it, and just to prove it still works, demo strategy, there it is. Alright. So now I have shown you how to get Free Pascal to work and Lazarus with Forex Tester. And you'll see inside my file, I'm actually using all the extra newer features that Free Pascal has. So I'm only using DELPHI mode for their file, because their file is written using DELPHI. So this stuff here that I researched, to get their file to compile, Forex Tester file to compile, but you can actually write your stuff with the latest and greatest improvements that the Free Pascal compiler gives you over an old DELPHI version, for example. So anyway, I hope you find that this video was helpful, that it's valuable to you, because obviously I spent probably the better part of 2 days, searching the web and researching to be able to get this to work for you guys. So enjoy.